meaningful style. I know there's a whole theme going on. There's the industrial stuff, the security stuff. Actually, should I just talk about? I can ramble a bit. There's the industrial stuff, security stuff, and then there's the I guess the neoclassical sort of fancy artwork and things. But in terms of like storytelling, it's not that complex. Like the themes aren't really like the artwork doesn't really tie into the theme in a very deep sort of manner, if that makes sense. Like it's not, there's no philosophical underpinnings to it. There's artistic consistency. There's artistic consistency, right? And certainly the style supports the art style supports the style of the game, but there's no philosophical underpinnings to the art style, if that makes sense. At least I don't think there is. Maybe I completely missed it. Huh. Oh, let me just take a drink. Alright, so that's one curve. Right, 1 out of 6. So the second one, also relatively easy, is a tall one. Oh wow, it's a tall one. How am I gonna climb? What I need is ladders. And I have ladders too, I think. Maybe I'll take a break and go back and grab some ladders. I can make ladders here. I'm gonna grab some ladders. I don't use ladders very often, but I think now's a good time to... Actually, this is a good opportunity to stock up on more dirt here, isn't it? Why do I have 2 pickaxes? I don't need 2 pickaxes. Alright, let's go grab more stuff. I can ramble more about other things too. I bought some other games as well, some lesser known titles. I kind of... games are really proliferating these days. Like the Steam is really... like it reduces the distribution costs quite a bit, and so there's a lot of new indie games out, and I guess... Minecraft is one of those. Like a lot of indie games these days, compared to, a few years ago, or a decade ago. And a lot of lesser known titles, it's enough for them to be profitable because the distribution costs are so low. Like when you distribute digitally, you don't have to make a box and then make a CD and then just to sell it. It's quite the distribution model has changed. Unfortunately, companies like EA don't understand this, or they understand DLC. Anyway, let's not talk about EA. So there's a few lesser known games that I want to play, but there's so many of them, I don't know when I'll have time to play all of them. And like remakes of old games, like A-Train and Realms of Arkania. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those games. Back when I was a little kid, we played those, or I played those. I guess even back then it was kind of obscure. Realms of Arkania is an old school RPG game with really complex rules. I guess they're not that complex, but the rules are quite obscure. And the first Realms of Arkania is a trilogy, but the first one, the Blade of Destiny, like the game didn't implement all the rules completely. So it's an RPG system, role-playing system, right? There's a whole set of rules, but the game didn't implement all the rules, so you can exploit several mechanics that were kind of overpowered, and you can just ignore a lot of the other mechanics that didn't do anything. For example, I think there's stuff like survivalist. For example, you can get fur coats, right? And then in the game you kind of go into snowy mountains and all that. But in the first game, if you go into snowy mountains without your massive fur coats, it didn't really hurt you. Whereas I think in the RPG rule system, it's supposed to make you sick, and you can get sick too. But in the game, because the game didn't really implement all the rules completely, like it was kind of easier. And if you kind of just set up camp and you don't have bedrolls, for example, you're kind of okay no matter where you are in the game. Whereas the second game of the series, unbeknownst to me, I never got past the second game, by the way. Unbeknownst to me, they changed the rules. They implemented the rules more fully. And so the first game, you didn't need bedrolls. Like bedrolls being these kind of sleeping bag things that you sleep in, right? Whereas in the second game, if I remember right, if you don't have bedrolls, in a certain terrain, if you sleep with no bedrolls, you'd get sick. And so I tried playing the second game, and I tried to exploit the same rules, or trying to follow the limited rule set of the first game. And I got completely screwed, because I didn't realize it suddenly became a lot more complex. It was supposedly the same rules in the same game, kind of, just an extension of the story. But because the first game didn't really implement all the rules, the second game was actually a lot more complex than the first game. I had no idea that was going to happen, and so then I kind of never managed to get past the first few areas. Like, a lot of the things you exploit the AI, you exploit certain powerful weapons. Like, swords were really good in the first game. And, the way the mechanics were set up that, you can exploit certain systems and whatnot, that didn't really happen in the second game. So, I didn't really know what to do, and I wasn't really bothered to learn a whole new rule set, and so I didn't play it. Anyway, so they remade the game, Realms of Arkania. Hopefully with the remake, they do a better job of explaining the game. Like, the game had like dozens of spells, for example, but all the spells had these really obscure names to them. And I don't think they ever explain to you what the spells do. And half the spells feel like they don't actually do anything. Again, I think it's because the rules weren't implemented. Like, they put all the spells in, but because the game engine didn't implement all the rules properly, a lot of them ended up not doing anything, I think. So you only use like 4 spells. So there's like a light spell, and then there's like 2 or 3 attack spells. And that's really all you needed in the first game. In the second game, you kind of had to know a lot more. But I don't remember ever seeing like an explanation of all these obscure spells in the manual or anything. And they're not English, and they're not easy to understand neither. They're a completely different language that they've made up, and so nothing makes sense without some sort of manual, and then there was no manual, as far as I can tell. Anyway, so this kind of does a really complex RPG system that you could get by in the first game because they didn't actually fully implement all the complexity. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying that out again. So the remake of the first Realms of Arkania game. As I said, hopefully they made it easier to understand, or at least they put in a more extensive manual that you can read. So that might be interesting, for me at least. If I don't know if I should record it, it might be really obscure and weird for you guys. I don't know, maybe it's interesting to see things that other people don't usually play. The other thing I was thinking about was A-Train. It's like a train simulator. It was never as complex as something like Transport Tycoon. Like, Transport Tycoon was pretty well polished. I don't know if you've ever played that game. So A-Train was, but it was kind of, it had a sort of charm to it. It's based in Japan, and Japan is well known for its trains, right? And the idea is you run a train network, and you transport people around, and you transport goods around. And if you kind of transport goods out to stations, so you build stations, you build tracks, and if you transport goods out, then the town would build itself around the train stations that you set up. And so you didn't actually get to build a city, but then by setting up the train network, the city would grow around you. And so after playing this thing for a while, you'd end up with this kind of really massive city, and all you do is run the trains. So that was kind of cool. This was ages ago. I think the game was black and white, actually. Or like the game had like 16 colors or something. This is how old that was. So A-Train 8 is the one that just came out, so it's the 8th iteration. Apparently it's on next gen now. I don't know if it's still interesting to play, but I kind of like management games as well. I'm into those sorts of things. Alright, here we are. We're back here. We can't actually see the curve from this angle because the curve is back that way. So now to build the upper curve. So yeah, I bought a whole bunch of games. I bought other stuff as well. Torchlight. I think I bought both Torchlight 1 and 2. I want to play those. I kind of want... Look, there are certain games I want to buy when they're cheap. One is Diablo 3, and one is SimCity, the new SimCity by EA. When they're cheap, I'll buy them, but the way Blizzard and the way EA works, they'll never be cheap. Like EA had a 50% off sale, and the thing was still like $50, 50 US dollars. That's how stupidly crazy they are. They had a 50% off sale, and the game was still full price. So normally, the game is double full price. That's EA for you guys, man. I mean, it's wow, these guys. It's like a full price game, and they came up with a new expansion too. So it's a full price game, and then the full price expansion when it's on a 50% sale. I can't, like, come on, 40, 45, 50 US dollars. That's a full price game. What are they doing? I don't know. Like, who buys this stuff? I swear, if they cut it down to 15 or 20 US dollars, I would have bought it straight away. I swear they would sell so many copies if they just lower the price. And they sell DLC anyway. Aside from the double full price game that the base game is, they also sell DLC. I just don't agree with the business model. Anyway, I'll get back to this. Back to Minecraft. So this is 1, and this is the right level, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Starts at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Starts at 9. There. So opposite to the lower curve is the upper curve. So they're opposite each other, right? So that the petals are not, in the same shapes in the same places. Oh, well, I guess it should start at 8 if you're gonna start at 9. So this is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. So that's 1. Actually, I should remove them to make it clearer, shouldn't I? Let me just remove those. Just make it clear that it starts there. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just pick that up. We need more colors. We need more colors of dirt. So I can use different colors. Somebody called Jeb and asked for like different colors of dirt. Maybe I can use wood. I don't know. Wood seems like too fancy for construction lines. But if I have 8 colors of dirt, then I can actually draw construction lines more easily. Dirt's abundant, alright. Wood is not as abundant. Well, it's not too bad. But then you use stuff like wool. You can't use wool in survival, man. There's not enough wool to go around. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 up. Let's drop a block of sand there. So 1, 2, and then 2 again, and drop a block of sand. Actually, I should drop the block of sand on the other side, shouldn't I? 2 up, and then here it starts to get crazy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should get my ladders out. Can I just... Why can't I... Well, you can't put it when you can. Why was I not doing that? Anyway. So... 1, 2, 3, 4... And then 3... So 1, 2, 3... And again, we're gonna have to... drop a ladder there. 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouch. like I can just do that, right? And I can remove that. So I can get onto there. Yeah, I can save a few letters this way. Actually, no, I can't because I need to. That's 7. I need to get the next one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's correct. Try not to kill myself. Alright, scroll up. And then it's, oh great, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, getting pretty high up now. I have to stop doing that. Well, I got the feather falling, so maybe it's not a problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a cloud. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then scroll up. And then 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, okay, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. 2, 3. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 13. 14 is that. Let me just double check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, 14. Is it sunset? Can't believe this is actually safe. It's like sleeping at the top of a giant pillar. Alright, 14, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.